Good evening, everyone. Today is the debut of Dr. Sadie. She works for a company named Summit. It's the logo on her gloves. And she basically works for Hybris, who is the head honcho of Aegis. And the equipment at the office is on the fritz again. There was that explosion downstairs again. I have no idea what that is. I'm hoping it's just the dog. Oh, interesting. No. Of course, there's more people that work here than just 2 or 3. That is going to take a while to work on. I wonder if those are fission cores. Not exactly an expert on electricity.
Starting with the basics of it. Have some manberries. And I was just in my room finishing up an enchantment for an outfit. So it drained my mana a relatively decent amount, so just as a baseline, just trying the mana berries.
Okay.
How they
Hello
feel
again.
Hello.
on my mana.
Hello.
8 ball or 9 ball?
Plus,
So
you can
far,
start.
is it too much? Too little?
Hmm?
8 ball.
8 ball.
Oh, 8 ball.
Fantastic game.
More like it feels like that
Yep.
small boost of energy. Because there's nothing done to the berry itself. It's just picked from the wild.
What was your name?
Oh, I'm Dr. Price.
Darcy.
Nice to meet you, Darcy.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
And it's just
You
again,
met me
it's
earlier
a
with the,
baseline test of like the
RC
taste
car.
Yep, the
and
RC
how
car.
it affects me as a go.
That almost
That's
looked
unfortunate.
planned.
Sounds about right. To me.
Yeah.
Also, I hadn't realized until I went to go pick them. She shows you. It's like it
I have
legitimately
2
looks
states
like
of
a
cool.
raspberry
Either
that's
I'm
colored
weirdly
like
good or I'm terrible.
It's almost like a blue raspberry.
There's no in between.
That flavor that
I didn't
they
go as
keep
planned
saying
either.
is raspberry, but no blue raspberries exist. Well, these kind of look like them.
Wait, those don't exist?
Understood.
Blue raspberries.
Technically,
Blue raspberry is a flavor. It was a manufactured flavor, made because they wanted something different. They wanted a blue flavor that wasn't blueberry.
Is this your first time here?
It is, yes. I work with Hybris, and
but
some of our equipment plant aside is
definitely has a
acting
more
up,
of a-
so
a very unique flavor. But
Nice shot.
Not quite raspberry, but this is about as close as
I
it
thought
comes
the
to
gummies were all based on real things.
No.
Does that mean that peach
I'm
rings
sure-
aren't real?
Yeah. It's too close.
Peaches are real.
sometimes, maybe.
I'm sure there's a world out there where there are peaches that are grown in the shape of rings, but by default.
I mean, you
no.
probably hop into the food dimension, maybe. I'll ask Haley.
Well, if you remove the pit and then slice, it's rings.
You know, there's that too, but I feel like it's very labor intensive.
Where do we
I
go?
mean, how else would you make
So
ring?
I
I mean,
can ask BB if there's fey candy.
oh, that'd be interesting.
Ion?
I could
What's up?
either just
Everyone?
barely tap at the beginning and potentially
sure.
a fork position, or I could try to hit this
It's
one.
a very
off
mild
that one
flavor,
then
and
hit into
it's
the
not going to
thing.
do anything to you.
True.
Fuck, I'm
True.
feeling ballsy.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
intrigued.
making magical fruits?
Put a good spin on it.
No, I picked these.
35
It's-
seconds.
It's that sort of like basic, almost sort of like rush of energy, but it fades pretty quickly.
And so, like, caffeinated.
Experimenting with these mana berries for mana
You put me
regeneration.
in a not so great position though, to be fair. So, actually,
So you did pick them.
Yes, I did.
I should be able to squeeze.
Almost like BB's good berries, but different.
I suppose. I'm not really sure what good berries are.
Some of the fey creatures can produce them, and you eat a berry, and it starts your healing process on your body. It's a magical, but they only last for so long.
When you say they produce the berries, they grow them, right?
Depends on the person, but mostly it's a spell circle that produces them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought, like, growing off them or something, that'd be weird. Very
No,
interesting.
Bro
though.
would probably do that though. If she
Bro
did.
probably do.
Yeah.
Oh? Are they,
She also
tree
produces
ants?
nectar from her leaves.
Interesting.
Alarin.
Ah, yes. Very interesting.
Sometimes she plucks
Sorry,
her.
I don't believe I've been
petals.
properly introduced.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm sorry. I am Dr.
Crystal.
Sadie. Crystal, pleasure to meet you.
Let me.
Oh, yes. I have
Pleasure.
gloves on. It's fine. It's safe. Plus, mana does nothing for me.
I just didn't want to shake you with a handful of berries and just watch the berries go all over the ground.
That's also fair. That'd be, yeah.
Is it alkaline? What do we at?
I've done that before.
So first attempt. Any issues with it yet?
No, it's just trying the berries raw. I picked quite a few of them, so these are a handful of ones that I have set aside after I finished enchanting an outfit. So it depleted my mana levels a fair amount. So it's trying them and seeing how they affect us.
Very interesting.
See how long they last, so you don't have to cast it while on a mission. Or
It's
Enchant them?
to measure the effect, how long it lasts, and then from there going in and seeing what additions I can make in a potion to lengthen the effects and stall them.
I always wondered what made a
That would be
mana
helpful.
potion. I was assuming it was some
There's
kind
a
of
lot of there's a lot of varieties of mana potions.
I see. Well, that makes sense.
It's hard to find a consistent recipe for them, but the one that I had tried previously was primarily from mana berries, which grew in the forest near where I was born.
That makes a lot more sense. I was thinking that it'd probably be an enchanted drink.
Well,
Damn.
it can grow to be.
Well, yes. I guess if the berries are considered
Same
enchanted,
kind of process for restorative potions.
Mhm.
Enchanted with magic at the end of it,
Mm-hmm.
which is why they have a shelf life.
Start with the berry, extract the juice, see what can be made from the skin, seeds, and perhaps even the leaves from the trees that I picked them from, the bushes.
Is there any care taken to the taste? Or is it just utilitarian?
The taste is hard to really nail. I've tried many times to try and make potions that I do have a consistent, not gross taste, but sometimes it can't be helped.
Fair.
Sometimes trying to add flavor to it can dampen the results of the potion itself. So
Interesting.
sometimes they just taste awful.
I guess like medication doesn't really matter the taste as long as it works.
Yes, that's why I always try to have a drink handy whenever I
Lucky I can make it come down.
A nice chaser.
am doing the taste test for these.
Mhm.
And a trash bin. I have thrown up.
Oh my.
No, that'll work.
I guess when you start mixing things, especially magical things, they can have some
Fucking
adverse
metaphorical
effects.
Heart attack.
That's usually during my testing phase of trying to figure out how to properly, consistently. I haven't even started on the phases for this, but if this is the starting flavor, it's not bad. Would you like to try one?
It's gonna have no effect on me, but sure, I'm curious what the taste is.
It's gonna have a mild taste that sort of reminds you of like the blue raspberry flavor.
It's actually quite pleasant.
Good game.
I'd almost consider it refreshing. Doesn't linger on the palate, which is nice.
But that's just the.
Now, how much it actually gives you back is the question.
Not a whole lot, man. But they're small berries.
I'll be back.
Well, hang on.
I-
Yep, still can't cast magic. Use your mouth, dear. Never mind.
Did they win
Well,
again? God damn, bro.
I think she's a pull shock.
I mean, he lost the second game to himself. I can't even help you on that one. I don't know what to tell you.
First herself. Second, I am unbelievably shit at pool.
Understood. I apologize.
That's fine.
It's the hands.
For both my comment and you being shit at pool.
It's weird because sometimes I'm like weirdly good at pool, but most of the time I'm terrible.
Maybe it's the environment. I'll be right back in to grab something.
Could be the
I
environment.
don't know why.
Sometimes you just need a few drinks, become good at things.
Imagine being
So-
able to drink.
Actually, I'm sorry. I forgot your name. One more time for me, please.
Dr. Price.
Dr. Price. What brings you by the station?
Oh, I'm using the replicators down in the lab. The machinery at the office is sort of having an attitude. So, oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Price's
Having an
summit.
attitude.
Mm-hmm. Summit R&D.
Summit R&D.
Yes, planet side. The one that Hybris runs.
Right.
Yes, that's why I'm up here
Okay.
at the cathedral.
Oh.
Mm.
That's got it. Understood. Cool. All right
Thank
then.
you. Yes, the replicators there off and on have been troublesome, and I'm tired of wasting time and like to get some of this research done. So, Hybris had mentioned earlier that there's a full lab here, and she wasn't sugarcoating that. It's a rather nice lab. And you are
What's going on?
Ion. That makes sense.
I
I was gonna go get coffee. Oh, actually.
Yeah, go get your coffee.
Hey, can you give me a cup of coffee too? Cause I might need it.
You know what? I need it too, so I'll make
I'm gonna
two.
need it. I'm gonna need it. For this
Cream
conversation
sugar.
coming up. That's for damn sure.
Cream and
Oh
sugar.
boy.
conversation
Go ahead.
coming up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a conversation coming up in the future. It's
Oh, I see.
relative. Don't
Cream
worry
and
about
sugar.
it.
Do you want cream and sugar?
Double.
Okay. I can do that.
Damn, I guess he really does need it.
Right. So
So, what kind of
You want
issues are
biscotti
you
to go with
having
your
with the
coffee?
replicators?
they need to be serviced.
Hold
I don't know if it's the calibration or the software or what. Just
Have you guys already, I guess, sent out?
a few times.
I'm assuming you've already filed a ticket. And
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it's at that point where they need to just be replaced. But the cost of replicators, it's not kind of a we'll have them tomorrow kind of thing.
Fair.
hmm
Uh,
Plus, given the opportunity
most
to
likely.
get out of the office and meet new people and not be, 5 fours under the ground, it's rather nice.
This is fair.
Yes,
Though I'm pretty sure your 5 floors probably beats that living daylights out of what it is that we're doing here.
it's sort of apples and bananas, right? More
If you say so.
Well, I guess, there's portions because a lot of humanitarian aid and going out and helping and whatnot. So I guess it's more of applied research for you.
Yeah.
With us, it's more just
A lot of it is applied research.
a lot more theoretical on my end, I guess. Which is fun.
Oh. I mean, we get our fair share of theoretical
Mhm.
sciences every now and again, but we try not to push the envelope unless we really have to.
Well, why not? It's science.
Most times when we push the envelope, we end up finding out that it's actually true, and then it's way more than what we actually anticipated.
That is fair. Yes. Right.
I mean, we do have a science lab.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm constantly in there.
I know you are.
Yeah.
It's just going to be obvious which replicator is running, so I guess I don't have to give you the details.
Mm-hmm.
It's just running some
That's perfectly fine.
anti-corrosion kind of setup. So
Oh, wait, anti-corrosion.
anti-corrosion, yep. So I'm a materials expert and was working on some coatings.
I guess specifically against which corrosives?
Acids.
Wow.
Mostly for transportation of chemicals and whatnot. As we make better chemicals, we have to have even better chemicals.
Even better chemicals to counteract against the chemicals that
Yeah.
you're already producing, which means just you to have to raise the bar again for the chemicals that you're making because you then end up probably shipping.
Yeah.
It's fine. In about 3 to 4 years, I'm sure the
Oh, completely obsolete.
project will probably Excuse me.
Well, I think I'm going to go check on the experiment and see how it's running, and then run planet side because it is going to take
Sure.
a couple hours. But it's a pleasure to meet you for one.
Pleasure to meet
Likewise.
Yes. Hopefully, I'll be back up
You
here
too.
and do more. Maybe I can convince Hybris to let me run some concurrent experiments up here.
See?
It's much better than being alone 5 floors down. Right. Okay. I'll go check on that.
No thanks, then. I have been there for more often than not. I don't need to go again.
Yeah.
That camera floating around is sort of freaking me out. I have no idea how it looks like on the VOD, but I'll be checking that out later because I'm curious. Alright, so I'm realistically going to spend some time down here. Just in case Ion comes downstairs. I think I used the wrong word for replicator. I don't think I said I was using the replicator. Synthesizer. Aegis announcements. Oh, nice. Where's the access request? There it is. No, it's NPC calls. Aegis access requests. I did say fabricator. I'm not gonna say that wasn't pleasant, but it was surprising.
Miss Price, I believe?
Yes. Yes.
My name's Saya. I can offer a tour or anything you'd like.
Oh,
Cyrus
excellent.
told us about it.
Oh, did she? Sure. Give me a moment. Let me get the synthesizer up and running. I've got the fabricator running, but need to get the synthesizer going so that we can test. Right. But I'd love a tour. Just one moment, okay?
Got it.
Okay. Okay. That should be good to go for a couple hours until it's done.
Thank you.
You're
Very much appreciate your help.
Oh, this is not for Aegis. This is for Summit, which I'm sure Hypers
Oh.
probably shares the information back and forth. So, I guess ultimately it will make its way up to Aegis.
Hey, any help is, I think, appreciated by any front, so.
Of course,
Here, at least.
not being melted by acid is a nice thing.
that would definitely be a nice thing. I don't think I want to deal with mucus or acid for a couple days. Goodness.
I'm sorry, mucus?
We recently, as agents, had a mission, and we had to deal with a giant creature that had exploding mucus, and it was very
Interesting.
not fun to fight.
Well, it's likely not fun to fight, but I would love any information you have on it. Sort of my my interest. I can ask a Hybris.
I think we Yeah, that might be something you share with Miss Hybris if you really want to study the mucus and stuff that we brought back. We brought back stuff from it, so.
Okay. Oh, very interesting.
Well, easy part of the tour. That's basically an area I think only Miss Hybris and the kids usually go.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of restricted for her and her alone. I think that's all the, I think it's all the computers and software that kind of are able to help Miss Hybris or run most of the things here.
Oh, okay. Operations.
That's usually yeah. This is our main where everyone can come in and use the computers for any data, research, material, anything. Us agents are the only ones that come in here, though. So, that's the office. That's usually right now. It's been Hezekiah's office, so he's one of our stationed teachers or mentors, as you'd say. He's one that's been helping a lot with be it magical studies or trying to help Miss Hypers with all paperwork and such.
Yes. There's a lot of paperwork amongst all of everything that Hypers is doing. But magical instructor, interesting.
Yes. Yeah, he's my teacher, and he's been teaching me not just magic, but he is a paladin, so he's one expert in exorcisms and all things divine and holy. You might meet him when you walk around.
Okay.
Nice guy.
I am thoroughly impressed by magic and what it has done and what it can do, but definitely not my prowess. Not my area of expertise.
Believe me, not everyone here does specialize in magic. We have people that specialize in basic technology to advanced. You have people that focus on a mixture of both, even. Mr. Ion there does a lot of the technology, too. He is one of our officers, as well as someone else who is ethereal. You might meet him. He walks around here, too. He's fully trying to recover from a mission, but he's not the worst shape of the others that had gone on it, so...
Oh, dear.
He's fine to walk around here.
Well, I hope everyone...
The mission was very strict and very difficult.
I see. Well, that's why you send in the experts.
We do our best. We take care of the threats that not many people will take on, I guess.
Well, there you go.
Medbay, Medbay, Miss BB is our head medic. Right now she's a little bit sick, so she... but I think Kantho has been our... She'll be fine. I think. She's been trying to get over it. How's it going?
Oh, how's it going?
Showing Miss Price around.
Dr. Price.
Yes, Hezekiah.
Pleasure to
Most
meet
people
you.
just call me Zeke.
Zeke, excellent. Magic instructor.
I call him Teach.
Yes, magic instructor.
Amongst other things. Saya was explaining.
Mostly. Yes, I handle the transmutation defensive spells along with nature-based.
Oh, interesting. I want to talk to you sometime then. Always wonder if the magical manipulation of materials. It's interesting.
I will always say it's always temporary. What you convert will always return back.
Oh.
Amongst other things.
That's good to
I'm
know.
one of his students. I get the most boulders thrown at me, so...
Oh dear.
It's less throwing and more like asking it to go from point A to point B.
I believe at that point it's potato. It's all intent,
No,
right?
it makes quite the difference between the ground and me. Sometimes it doesn't answer the heed the call of magic.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Magic is still a strange thing, though.
That
Not
it is.
everyone...
I can force the shape of the ground. I can't ask nature to comply about letting me raise it.
That's what science is for, then. To a degree.
For the most part.
Bulldozers and whatnot. Explosives? Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
It happens.
Here is our main med bay. Everyone who comes in... Oh, there is... I think Nyla and Zav are still resting.
I don't know if Nyla was moved. Zavme is still out of commission for a little while.
Oh, wow.
He should be fine, though.
I can only hope.
The same mission
He
you were...
did take a lot of the brunt down.
Same mission that you were
Yes,
speaking of?
he was one of our heavy hitters, and he definitely took a lot of blows himself. Creature was not easy to handle, even for even sometimes the creatures we fight sometimes don't always land us. They usually land us here.
Right.
And that's what we have medics for. We have, I think, also, for as far as I know, we have technological healing, normal medical, and magical healing.
Oh wow! So you're fully covered.
We're all around. Yeah, it's because we usually have people that come in that when magic doesn't work, we have to usually use some form of, basic medical stuff like that.
Of course. And unfortunately, magic can only go so far.
3 of our medics are fully trained doctors and physicians. I think BB just finished her training and her coursework.
Good.
She does medical through physical means and magical means. We have Dr. Isaac, who is a neurologist, actually. So he's currently not on station. He does a lot of really, I don't want to say expensive, but important and high-tech life-saving procedures constantly. So he's constantly out of the cathedral doing his own job.
Neurologists are definitely advanced medicine. Especially when you get into the surgical aspect.
Who's
Wait,
a
he's
mixture of the
fully
two. Not yet, I don't think, but he is working at the Ripper Dog.
Oh, yeah, you did talk about
Ripper Talk, that does not seem very safe.
Down there it's not, but he makes it as safe as possible, so at least there's somebody who cares about proper procedure and cleanliness when amputating and removing limbs.
He's one of, I think, our main field med too.
I just think you'd want to take
Who else is trained in it?
the Ripper out of the title.
Yeah.
If I was going to go see a doctor, I would not look at
the place, I believe.
Oh, okay, I see. Interesting.
Yeah. But whatever
there's
we also
Calliope.
bring up.
He's learning little by little.
Calliope and Luke as well. Luke is mainly those that can take divine.
Same as me, yes.
Yeah, you both.
I handle in magical healing. I'm not too keen on technology and other aspects just yet. I know how to do field care with bandages and whatnot, but I've yet to learn all the proper names for most of those machines that sit over there. Watching BB's been helpful, so I know what does what. I just don't know the proper ways to use them all the way, or multiple uses, if any.
We do have I think, one more Miss Arbor, and she's not always present to be medical, but she can if there's a really bad emergency.
Excellent.
Yeah, best one-armed doctor around.
Definitely seem to be very well prepared. So.
Literally.
And with the sounds of the kinds of
Literally.
things that y'all do. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's fine. We have a lot
Infernal
of
insurrections, giant monsters from other rifts, spirits,
alien parasites,
banshees, alien parasites, alien AI,
don't
non-alien
remind me of that.
AI, rogue AI, from what I heard from that last one. Murderous synthetics, which are currently still somewhere because they dug under once we put a little too much pressure on them. Eventually they'll pop back around. Mana infusion.
Yeah,
Cancel your
happens
your thought
sometimes.
process.
Okay, I thought I noticed a change. Everything's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Murderous robots is just something that I've not been too.
They stole her jacket apparently at one point.
And tried to kill me. So yes, not too far.
Everybody tries to kill us.
I would
I
be-
get over that part right away.
No.
Oh my. Well, I'm happy y'all are in the field.
Yeah.
Well, when your entire job is to remove and purify lands, a lot of infernal spirits and creatures of the like want you out of their way permanently.
I will
A
stick
lot
to
of
the
people back in
lab,
hell.
and you can bring the bits and parts to me. The ones that aren't like...
Actually, there are bits and parts in there.
recent
Well,
mission.
There's a heart, a head, a tail. No, infernal parts. I have some devils and whatnot. Some few demons lying around over there.
Well,
Didn't Slade also bring back a lot of parts when he was first starting out on his... Oh, God.
Yeah, but he kept those for himself, so they're back in his storage.
He kept them as fucking trophies. I forgot about that jaw. He talked about the jaw trophy, and I went, oh no,
I mean, he ripped
my
it off
people
himself, so...
No, he wanted the jaw of one of the hunters.
to each their own.
Mine's for research purposes, but still.
Yeah, I did go through storage because I mean, it's none of my business. But interesting. I'll have to talk to Hybris and see if I mean, of course you have on-site scientists already looking into things, but sounds very interesting.
More like magical aspects of it, but if you wanted to take a look at the biological properties, feel free.
Oh, yes.
The containers that are marked with the green labels have already been processed for magical essence.
Mm-hmm. So is that an open invitation to look around?
Anything marked in my office, yeah, feel free. There are
Excellent.
little tanks sitting on the shelf.
I will take you up on that offer.
Yeah, they're no use to me once I finish my part of the research, so...
Fair.
Anyway,
yes.
we have the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna get a
Kitchen,
detailed extra.
everyone pitches in to actually cook things. Put in my coffee cup, because I needed coffee. I haven't been sleeping well.
Oh, that's
and,
not good.
The red hairs and personal issues have been happening, though.
I was assuming it was just
Personal
magical.
disruptions. A little bit, yes. And red hair is usually a lot of mana for me. Training had occurred with this, and it all of a sudden happened, so...
Well, you want to cut back on the berries then.
No berries. It's just now what happens. And I've been trying to calm myself down. That's when it starts just making sure to go back down. I made some coffee, and Sapphire brought some apple cinnamon biscottis.
I am addicted to my tea right now, so I'm gonna...
I unwanted coffees then. I needed some because I didn't sleep well, but... And anyone can come in here and cook as long as you don't make a mess of the kitchen, and if you do, clean it up. As per usual, everyone uses it. I think do we get stocks of food most of the time? I think.
Hybris has regular supplies that she orders, but if you want anything that you personally want, you can head down or get it delivered up here, though that costs a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easier to go down there. There is still more to see. And yes, that looks like a city, but that is actually not a full functioning city.
Yes,
it's mainly what keeps this.
It's the rest of the station.
Yep. It's usually the systems and things to keep this whole place running, or even Miss Hybris running too.
Not to mention the terrestrial defenses and various forms of power and...
That too.
Right.
Yeah, and then a lot of data.
Oh, yes.
Hybris has been around a while, and there's a lot of things that she has seen and others have seen, and she collects a lot of data from it.
Oh, we know.
Giant visual representation of what we're standing on, and we're on the underside.
Planet side.
Yeah. Yep.
What is up is down.
We have books on... What is up is down. A lot of books on, whether it be strange beasts, magics, you know. And if you ever need something specific, you could probably ask Miss Hybris and give you
of course,
something to work with.
Oh, yes.
And just normal things for the agents to have a easier time relaxing, because some of us actually live here.
I have a sweater dress that is,
We live and also work here, so... But some of us have planet-side homes as well, that we work and live here, and some of us have just places we can go if we need to.
Sort of like the old-fashioned
If you ever want...
firehouse. Fire station.
Yeah. This is more of like our home base, and if you ever want a home, you can always buy one.
Oh, a terminal.
Honestly.
Conduit. Nice.
It's Miss Hybris' terminal.
I was going to say, assuming from the size of it, this is where she threads in and out.
Yep. She comes in if you need to speak with her. Usually you can come up here and talk to her. She is quite busy, but...
We have a similar one in the office. Not as big.
Yeah. And she's... Honestly, most of the time we as her agents always make sure to respect her.
Of course.
Because in our minds, this is also her home. Much as ours. And that's why all the defense systems are probably set up, because she would definitely like to defend her home.
Yeah.
We've had people that... pirates, such, and other things that have caused disruptions.
I was going to say, there's the, quite extensive security getting into the office and whatnot, and here, though, it's,
Oh, yeah.
a factor more.
Yeah, and it's because people have tried to come in here and, have also caused disturbances. Good and bad. But that's why Hybris also makes sure those that come up here are labeled as mostly safe. Even her agents she wants to protect, and that's something I think a lot of people can strive behind.
Yes.
Make sure that others are safe.
So I'm curious, the motto, stop and smell the roses. It seems very common.
Yeah. Some of us don't do it, but as agents, sometimes our lives are very busy. I guess that's a little reminder.
Well, I guess between the common area and the, right. You're coming through here the most often.
That is the crossroads. Yeah. It's how we get in up here, in and out, and it's usually where everyone comes in and makes sure that the anchor point works. That's usually where it sends us. I'll warn you, this room is bright.
Must be the, yep. Simulation room.
Training room. Everything here is made of hard light. And...
Yes, hard light, thanks to
visualize
Hybris.
here.
Oh.
Yes, and we have a wide array of weapons. This ring can also set up a barrier, so if people want to train in a safer space and people are around, then usually people come in and make that barrier possible. And these do have the weight of the weapons that they have, but it doesn't hurt you. You can literally, I can pick up the claw again and just...
Oh. That's definitely safe.
Hard light. But it works just like any weapon, and it's good for sparring and training if you want to learn a new one or to be able to
definitely not my
yourself.
thing.
That's fine.
My weapons are
this whole room
syringes
is
and...
made of harmlite.
Oh.
We have had people melt, freeze, shift the earth, all those accessible for training. Hell, I think some agents and some people have actually come in here and been a little more heated, so this room can take a beating and repair it.
That's a very good use of hard light. Though the amount of energy to sustain this is astonishing.
Yeah. Well, that's why Miss Hybris, you don't see her too much in her chassis or anything. She's kind of is busy with either meetings or trying to upgrade this place sometime. Busy woman, but tries to make sure all our agents are also safe too.
Of course, of course.
And this is where I come in every morning. I train early with Mr. Hezek. He's technically the one that taught me how to do this.
Ah. Excellent. The magic.
He specializes in more of the earth magic. I specialize a little more in fire. I think there's like two fire here. Is me and Miss Crystal. Both with differences in our abilities. And Miss Crystal's been around here way longer than I have. So she's also, I think, our potion maker and our tailor, so she's
Oh yes, I met
very
her.
helpful.
The one with the tails. She had the mana
Very
berries.
nice. Yep, she's very nice. She's very helpful as well. Our recent mission needed we needed fire resistant potions because of what we were dealing with, and with her guidance, some of us had to go and gather those materials, and it proved very helpful.
Oh, good.
Really, sense something that uses mucus to explode things, and near an active volcano. I think you'd need that.
Oh my.
Yep.
Well, because active volcano, that means the fire and earth worked well together, probably.
Well, Mr. Hezekiah didn't. Oh, I did. I could stand the heat, though. I'm one of those few that can. And every room that you see labeled usually is either a dear friend of Miss Hybris, or just a agent that has already gone. Some have retired. We haven't had many deaths, and that's honestly a good thing.
Yes.
We've had those that stay, and those that have just been here since the beginning. And some agents also move on with their lives and find new avenues.
Well, like any business.
That's always the... Yeah, that's what's the good thing is this is like a second home to some people.
And to many, a first home.
Yeah, that too. Some people have been here longer than I have and stuck around. Mr. Ion is one. Crystal is another. We recently, I think, had an agent, Miss Brim, who had to take care of some things in her personal life, so she retired. She'd been around a while. I think I've only been here 2 years, almost 3.
Well, with operations like A, just being able to retire is success in its own.
Yeah. And to some, this job, sometimes we retire early because of just personal matters that come up. I know I've had a couple of friends that were synthetics actually retire.
Oh,
Miss Air, who used to be our head medic, and Mr. Paulo, who used to be one of our older members, and as well as also one of the stronger and tankier members. And once you become an agent, you get your own room, and you get to stay here whenever you need to.
Convenient.
Have a lot of people. Yeah. It's a normal and spacious room. And now this is everyone's favorite part, and I always say...
Oh. Yes, I see why.
It is... We have many people that come in to work with us, and some of them being Fae.
There are some very rare specimens here. Rare
Yes,
plants. There's
Miss
some...
Hybris. Yeah, and all of these have been, some of them have been collected and brought into us by both agents and those who work with the Fae. This was first built for one of our agents, who Miss Andraste. We needed a place that made her feel more like home.
Oh, this is very nice. Hopefully it fit the role.
Yes. It does, and people come here to relax. And the one thing I'll tell you is to be a little quiet. Yes, then you know.
I thought those were extinct.
These were one of our... I talked to you about Miss Brim, right?
Yes. Having
With her
retired.
mother, the leader of the Naiads.
Mm.
She... When the kingdom fell, they were able to get away and bring one of the Echo Flowers. We've been taking the time to rehabilitate them over the years.
Excellent. That's
One
amazing.
sprouted into many.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Another agent, Mr. Sock, but I silence spell so that people don't, even when you talk loud, it won't, you know, make them
Good.
wither.
Good.
We have people that want to take care of this place just as much as, well, defending it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's definitely something worth keeping, I guess some would say sacred, but protected.
Mm.
This is a treasure here.
Anyone fucks around in here, Miss Hybris will have very stern words.
Oh yeah, Hybris will very much help them find out.
Yes, with the airlock. That's a threat.
If
That's
the-
a threat, but it's never happened.
If they're lucky. Rapid decompression is actually not that, well, I should not go into the details. I'm sure you've been around enough pain recently, so I will not. Right.
I have. My life hasn't been full of plenty of it, and I probably still will be, but. Just keep going.
I'm a firm believer in the proper dispensing of justice, but there are times where extremes happen and punishment should be swift.
Yes.
Anyone puts anything in here in
Yes.
danger, I would fully support that swift justice. Mm.
It's why I try to, even when I start to have fire, even I as a fire respect this place just as much.
Mm.
And we all try to make sure and pitch in those that are Fae, actually. This place stays well kept and all the trees are up to growth and no one's wilting or anything, because
Everything looks healthy.
you'd say it's like immunoburning.
Very well kept, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think this is everyone's favorite place because you can come here to relax. We have people that sleep in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're safe, and honestly, Cathedral, honestly, is the safest place sometimes.
Oh, I believe
To be.
it.
And Miss Hybris had put in a lot of work just to make it possible to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
The shield that she has is a little symbol, I guess you could.
Mm-hmm.
Something that some of us stand by and by as a mod. But sometimes we need the sword and the.
Right, well. A shield can only take you so far. Because you can only try to wait out people. Eventually, some convincing might be necessary.
And we try to make it possible to convince first, and then if it doesn't convince, then unfortunately we have to resort to that sword.
Diplomacy before violence. Well, diplomacy before
We
encouragement.
try to.
Good. I am... In my industry, I'm definitely about preserving things, maintaining things, making things better, not being destructive. Which, unfortunately, with every aspect, there's the opposite
How
of
this
it.
world work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some of our agents have come from those backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
self included. Not the best backgrounds, but we have lived and survived and are still here.
Well,
Say that is our blessed for finding.
someone's character should be based on who they are now, what they've been has brought them here. As long as it's forgivable, and they're doing good now, it seems proper to me.
There.
And even in some cases
Even
where
those that have
things...
come.
Mm.
I was gonna say, even those that come from the not so great background
Mm-hmm.
have proven themselves to be this place reliable agents that could
Mm-hmm.
save a lot of people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of our agents that are very. How would I even put one of our agents whose name is Kanton, if you see. Chaotic is the word. Chaotic, very sometimes self-centered.
Narcissistic, egotistical.
Yeah, sometimes. But it doesn't mean that he hasn't had his rare moments of trying to help others.
Oh yeah, there's always some heart
And when
buried
he's on
somewhere.
a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. We on a mission. Sometimes, us right now, you see us relaxing. When the mission starts, everyone's pretty serious.
Mm.
Especially when it's a cry for help, or especially if it was like I said, we had alien invasion at a planet that we were trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a difficult mission. Jesus Christ, that was not a fun mission either.
Well, I doubt many of them are. By the nature of the business. I guess in the end they are, because hopefully things turn out well.
And the missions I have tried to work with, I don't think we have had many failures. And
Good.
some of them are as simple as with Mr. Hezekiah had said spirits
Mm-hmm.
took care of a banshee that's had a fortunate circumstance. On the plus side, though, we helped her find her love, and they're happily as still spirits getting married. So
Interesting. Well, I mean, spirits still have sentience. They're still, I guess, technically
Yeah.
people.
she was just very, I guess you could say, very angry.
Mm-hmm.
Had been wronged.
Mm-hmm.
Once that wrong had been cleaned up, she was fine.
I guess it's also a very
And we do
relative
work with,
situation.
like-
Because
Yeah,
when you're on that
and we work with others too.
I was going to say it's a very relative situation, because when someone begins to exist on that metaphysical, the spiritual layer, their impact is quite different than a living physical person, but the intention behind it is pretty much the same.
We had recently, I think, dealt with a spirit that was of a fallen warrior. His technical place was being disturbed, so took care of that, and he was, after it was just like everything had been cleared up and we slightly talked to him, he was fine and he went back. Peace. Some of them are that easy, and some of them are feeling like they're world ending.
Of course. I mean, I believe Aegis has been involved in a few things, and Zephyr that's been pretty much world ending, from what I've seen.
Yes.
Front and center in the news. Which I'm grateful.
And we haven't always had the best of news as Aegis.
Wow.
Bad reputation.
Even when you're protecting people, there's still a perceived winning and losing side. And that's when morals become the most important, I guess. That is well above my pay grade.
And some of us don't even do it for the payment either. Just
Really?
willing to be able to... I mean, yes, for me the pay's nice, but I'd honestly rather be happy in the end to save someone's life than get paid.
I mean, honestly, food, a place to sleep, and a place to be able to do research and science. I could be happy for life.
Right now, it's just getting a proper place away from Zafira for us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well.
A place I can actually go and retire and safe. I don't have to worry about world-ending threats.
Plenty of beaches out there.
Not me. I don't always like the summer heat.
And the sand gets in everything.
A nice place with woods. A nice place with a wood cabin or someplace with woods around. Just the calm and probably away from all the craziness would be nice. Just me and my husband enjoying the days passing by.
Well, speaking of
and one retirement goal then is kids. Because some people do live here and grow families too.
Well,
I started working here, met my husband.
Oh, excellent. You met them here at Aegis. Nice. Lovely.
Mr. Ethereal, if you meet him, he's one of the other commanders here, and he's one of the original members. He's my husband, who, he's very much on the tech side, so you might enjoy talking with him.
Oh, yes. I would love to talk to them.
He's also a very kind and very gentle person. When he doesn't always like to resort to violence, so...
Well, I, for one, do prefer solutions in situations that don't require violence.
Yeah, and we try, but there are some things that can't always be helped with without it.
True, of course. No point in having... Well, actually, that statement was going to make no sense at all. No point in having a shield without the sword, but... I guess the sword does dictate the shield, so...
If the shield cannot hold up much longer, sometimes we need the sword to defend ourselves too.
But from my understanding, that sword is firmly planted behind the shield. Protect first.
Oh yes, no. Protect first, get civilians out first, that's our main line. And then if we need to, and we see that there is a threat that we need to take care of, let's do it. And it's not always easy.
Fair. That's more of neutralization. Still on the offensive, it's not...
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, still on the defensive, not being on the offensive, so...
Yeah.
Still noble.
Yeah. Like I said, we also have plenty of people here that... From agents from all walks of life, whether they be fae, they be from... normalcy, be it human. We have sometimes interesting creatures too. I'd be surprised that people like Mr. Ion and there's 3, I think, more people that work here. Blade, Ion, and Ethereal, I think.
I see. Well, I appreciate the tour, but I think I should head back planetside. I have a few experiments running there too, so...
You have a pleasant evening.
Oh, thank you.
Miss Price.
Of course. You can call me Sadie.
Sadie. And it's very nice to meet you, Sadie.
The pleasure has been mine, truly. I'm sure I'll be up here more often, especially if there's specimens that I can research into.
I think you'll be called up probably for a lot of them that we've probably booked back recently, but were probably interesting.
Well, at first I'm going to try to satiate my own curiosity, now that C has given me free reign on the things he's done processing, so...
Go ahead and take a look. We have a lot to look into.
Thank you. Well, have a pleasant evening.
You're welcome. You as well.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't thinking Ion was going to be here. I need to swap to Eve.